Alright guys, back with another video. So Pierre Poilievre just came out with a video yesterday and it says Carney has been wrong about everything. I wonder what he's talking about. Let's have a listen and then we'll talk about it after like usual.
Since the leadership kingpin started, Carney has been critical of Trudeau. He has been saying that he will scrap the carbon tax and even get the pipelines done. This is not that different from what you have been proposing. So are you concerned that Canadians will turn away from your party if given the chance to support a Liberal Party that has moved closer to your views in some of these issues?
Well, first of all, you have to ask if you can believe anything he says. Mr. Carney not only advised Justin Trudeau, he was his economic advisor for 5 years, during which time Trudeau killed pipelines and raised carbon taxes. Mr. Carney publicly testified against pipeline construction at the industry committee. The other day, he put out a policy paper on getting things built that doesn't mention pipelines once. He said he's for pipelines when he was in British Columbia speaking English, and then he said he would let provinces veto them when he went to Quebec and was speaking.
Yeah, he literally flip-flopped on his own words. It's one of the many, many lies that Mark Carney has already spouted.
French. On the carbon tax, he's on the record saying that not only he favors the carbon tax, but he thinks it should be higher. What he's going to do is something very sneaky. This is going to be fun to watch. He's going to temporarily hide the carbon tax for the election. So the gas prices will drop for 35 days. And then if, God forbid, he wins, he will bring back a much bigger carbon tax with no rebate. He's already said that this tax would apply on things like steel. Well, use steel for everything. I wouldn't be surprised if this room could not stand up without steel supporting beams. Your vehicles that you got here for are steel. There's steel everywhere. Can you imagine the jobs we would lose if carbon tax Carney comes in and brings in a massive new tax increase on steel? He's admitted this tax will raise the price of automobiles. So that's the choice we have in the election. Mark Carney has been wrong about everything. He likes to talk about his experience. His experience is being wrong. He was wrong about the carbon tax. He was wrong about pipelines. He was wrong to advise Trudeau for money printing inflation over the last 5 years. He's been wrong in the past, and he's wrong for our future.
Yeah, and he was also wrong when he said that Canada supplies the most amount of semiconductors devices over to the U.S., and it turns out we're like 17th on the list, right? I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, first of all, the guy can't go more than 3 seconds without saying, Have you heard this guy talk? Every 2-3 seconds, he just can't stop saying, like he doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, I know I have a stutter, but Jesus Christ, he sure as hell has a way worse one than I do. Not to mention the fact that no one can trust a guy who's... If you think that you can trust a banker, you can't. Okay? If you think politicians are bad, which they certainly are and can be, if you think they lie, look no further than a central elitist globalist banker who's a member of the WEF, where he stated he was European. Remember back in 2021 when the Liberals were so upset with Andrew Scheer because he was a dual citizen? And now those very same idiots have no problem with the fact that Mark Carney has not only said he's European, but has 3 passports. That would be worse than Andrew Scheer, right? Well, no, because you see, from a liberal standpoint, if you're liberal, no matter what you do, you're good. Because you're liberal. Because when you can't think and you have no ability to think critically, that's the way people's mind works. It's just, well, liberal good, conservative bad. This person liberal, therefore good. And it's crazy that you have adults who actually think like this. Even so-called educated adults. It's like, if they're so educated, why do they sound so stupid? Why do they lack common sense? It's weird, isn't it? But if you vote for Carney, there's no way you're intelligent or have common sense or are able to think critically. How could you? You're just listening to the mainstream media. They've lied to you more than enough, guys. If they haven't, well, I guess let them continue. And we can vote for a guy who's going to finish off the job that Trudeau started, which is to destroy the middle class. If you're in the middle class and you vote for Carney, you're literally voting for your own demise. Like, it's weird. But they don't think that. They think that Pierre Poilievre is somehow just like Trump. Even though Mark Carney is way more rich than Pierre Poilievre. He's also old. He's also white. And he's also a man. Remember after Trump won the election and Justin Trudeau was like, the United States had an opportunity to vote in a female to be the first U.S. female president, and they didn't, and that speaks volumes. Well, there you go, liberals. You just had Karina Gould, and you had Chrystia Freeland. You had Ruby Dalla, too, but she got kicked out. And they picked an old, rich, white man, just like Trump, over those females. So, by their own logic, are the liberals now sexist? You see how their feeble minds work? It's the most ridiculous thing. It's so easy to trap them. Most of the things that they criticize other people of, they're criticizing them of what they're actually doing. Pierre Poilievre is just like Trump. Mark Carney has held a job in the private sector. He's created a lot of jobs in the United States. Made a lot of money, rich, old, white man, just like Trump. So when the liberals say something, usually the opposite is the actual truth. And that's really how you decipher their messaging. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about Pierre Poilievre's message. Do you agree with him? Do you agree with what I said after? Please don't be shy. I really enjoy engaging with you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps grow the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new video.